Hey everybody, welcome to the Known Zone. This is a very special episode. We are joined by two very, very funny comedians, Myka Fox and
Tim McLaughlin.
Tim McLaughlin. I almost said Tim Robinson. That's a much funnier Tim.
Yeah, way better Tim. Damn, we got to get him on.
I know. That'd be so much better. Our lives would be so much better if we had access to a Tim Robinson. But this is a great episode. Love Tim and Myka. They are together and we get to shit on them and their dynamics great. So enjoy the episode. We talk about Cleopatra. While you're at it, go on over to the knownzone.com and check out our fourth wall where we have extra bonus episodes and swag and knownzonepod.com. Gonna learn this pretty soon. And also the knownzonepod at gmail.com where you can email us topics.
Is it knownzonepod or
you're interrupting the announcement right now. We've never had two guests before, you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe next time.
What the hell does that mean, you bitch?
I think you've picked it up.
God, you're
Wow,
a bitch.
that's great. I like this already. Hey, Wilfred, since you invited you're closer to our guest today, do you want to introduce them?
It's Tim and Myka.
Nice.
Do you want to introduce the name of the podcast?
It's the Known Zone.
Okay, and who are the hosts?
I am.
And
Autumn's our producer.
this is fucked up.
Have we started?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
nice.
fucking
I mean,
rolling.
you'd think
You'd
think
I'd
somebody
come
would
with some-
come with a little decorum, but
Yeah.
that's,
No.
kind of, this is what we're dealing with right now. This is part of
love
our
it.
problem.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Known Zone.
That's
with
how we
Wilfred
started.
Padua.
Yeah.
And Autumn, the producer.
How the fuck did I get so disrespected? I feel like I got like I'm on Yellow Jackets and the nerds are the dominant ones.
Yeah, and
This
you're
is
the
fucked.
second season because it sucks.
Yeah. I just somehow I wasn't in the first plane crash, but I'm in the second season.
yeah.
They just wander up on the camp being like, hey, a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
Wow, this is awesome.
Oh, wait, no, he's the skeleton in the attic.
Yeah, that's who I am. I like that. That's fun. You guys, thanks for coming on the Zone.
Thanks for having us.
What's going on?
Oh, not much, just hanging out, working too much, not having any money. Myka was yelling at me in the lobby of this very nice studio about how I haven't paid her the extra $100 I owe her for rent and how I
Wow.
work every
It's-
day of the week and I
What's
still don't have any money.
what's the percentage that you pay of rent?
Well, let's see, a third, so 33%.
It's actually not quite a third.
All right, so about 30%.
Yeah. Okay. You guys have a great apartment.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Love
very
going
nice.
there. So we exchange cat sitting. And I go there and I work out with Myka's weights.
Do you really?
That's
Do
nice.
you really? Well, I just upgraded, so, someday
Oh.
you'll get there.
I got.
Are you a big fitness gal?
I like to keep it tight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For me and others.
Yeah. I see Tim and he inspires me to be something else.
Yeah.
You mean with something else?
Yeah. As long as I'm inspiring, I think that's good. I think I'm a good
He's
guy.
perspiring.
I am sweating my ass off, but that's fine.
Yeah,
But,
that's okay.
So Tim and Myka, you guys are not only romantic partners, you're roommates, and you also have a podcast? Or-
That is correct.
By the
Amy,
way-
It
thank
is
you.
weird to say roommates when we're romantic partners. Are you roommates with Rosebud?
Well, we're married, so we're not living in sin.
Oh, okay.
I
I
see,
didn't
I
know
see.
God was a factor in this house.
Yeah, you're roommates unless you've made it legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so then yes, we are roommates, and the cat does own both of us, and we do have a podcast called Great Hang,
Yeah.
and it is a nice time.
And that other podcast that you do. Okay, we're gonna
Oh, boy.
bleep that. Autumn, bleep every time that podcast gets mentioned, please.
bleep it.
So, yeah.
Wilfred's just mad because he wasn't on the episode with David Drake, and Myka got to be on it instead.
I'm also mad because you guys
Wow.
treated me like shit when I was on it.
We treat everyone like shit when they're on it.
Yeah, but we didn't. There was no. Nothing was established at the time because I was like one of your first guests.
For what it's worth, that is the best episode because it's like you can hear Wilfred's like voice tremble.
He gets so upset. He
I
gets
get really angry.
At one point, he goes, I thought I was just going to come over here and have fun with my friends, but now Jeff's asking me fucked up questions, and I've gotten my feelings hurt.
It's funny because Wilfred is he's like one of the more agreeable people I know. He's one of my best friends.
What
and
the fuck? You just said best friend on the last episode.
You are my best friend.
Thank you.
All right.
And roommate.
And
Former roommate.
former roommate.
Yeah.
We didn't do great as roommates. It lasted the honeymoon lasted about 2 months, and then why did we start disliking each other?
What?
We didn't get along when we were roommates.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, that's true.
Wait, really? What happened? Let's get back into it.
Well, I
Well,
think
you
I
started-
kind of dated. I started dating a woman that was very toxic, and I kind of stopped hanging out. And then Wilfred
Took it personally.
Took it personally.
Because I had just moved here and I was like, I need friends. And then my best friend was hanging out with some Australian drunk that was
Very cool.
making.
I was like,
does
she sounds
fucking
fun as
cool. That
hell.
sounds cool.
She was hella fun. She ruined me.
yeah.
Oi, Wilfred, I think you fucking suck. I don't know. I don't do
Should we
accents.
hang out
British.
with Wilfred? No.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
There we go. That's good, Micah.
You're welcome.
You saved it, Micah. Thank you.
And then you had and then there was that period where you're like, I'm just gonna cold turkey my antidepressants.
I didn't cold turkey them, but I didn't do it the right way, and then I was fucked up. And then Wilfred also started dating a very lame girl.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she was like around the apartment.
Was it like-
What's her first and last name?
I don't actually know either of her names.
Was it
Yeah.
was it just like two Wilfreds hanging out, being like, "Hey"?
No, it was
Andy,
like because
what's
it was
going
like
on,
it was like
Andy?
before Wilfred had kind of adjusted to New York, so she was like kind of like a sweet nerdy Portland girl.
Yeah.
And she would just like be around our apartment, being like, "I'm an illustrator," and then like,
I'm a vegan stripper.
and then you would hear them having sex, which I didn't love.
Oh no.
That's the kind of shit I like.
Yeah.
What does Wilfred sound like?
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah. That was actually, there's a pigeon in the room when we have sex.
You guys like pigeon play?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did pigeon play.
Uh-huh.
I used to live in a house with a bunch of comics in Chicago, and one of my I lived in a closet, so my doors were slatted, so I could see. One time,
Have you
I
guys seen Harry Potter?
Yeah, I lived under the stairs like Harry
You
Potter.
lived on platform, whatever, in 3/4.
And I looked, I could see between the slats. And one time I watched Jeff Sheen have sex because he didn't have a place, but his bed was in our kitchen living room area.
Yeah.
So he slept in our kitchen living room, and I watched him bang once.
I never did it. I never did it that like I never had like roommates in the kitchen
Well, Jeff got kicked out of his place, and he needed somewhere to be for like a week and a
for
half.
being too smug.
Yeah, for being such a smug piece of shit. And then one of my other roommates brought a girl back one night, and it was like late at night, and I just hear her go, "Man, I love sucking dick." And then she accidentally walked into my room. I go, "Hey, you trying to suck some dick?"
Hon, you forgot the coffee.
Yeah.
This is like Chicago's Sylvan House.
I housed Jeff when he broke up with Chloe. I had him for 4 days, and it was a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
it made me want to have roommates again.
No, it's fun
Yeah.
hanging out with Jeff because, especially if you have other people around, because you can team up with him and attack the
Yeah.
other people that are around. But
Well, he had also just gone through a breakup, so he was weak and vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
And so I could win all the arguments.
that's always good too.
That's
yeah.
sweet. Well, guys, did you know?
Yeah,
about
they
our
know.
podcast?
They know what
We-
they know
we-
the deal.
I
We
listened to
unpacked
Jeff's
something.
episode to make sure he plugged our show enough.
Did he?
No.
Yeah.
He did at the end. We didn't
We
let him.
kind of
until-
forced him
Yeah.
to do plugs.
Oh man. Well, you guys should listen to Great Hang with Myka and Tim.
There you go.
Well, let's bleep that until the end too.
Yeah, let's also believe
We'll
that.
see if you guys deserve it.
If you guys want to hear more stories about Jeff for some reason, god damn, everywhere Tim goes, he's like, and my best friend
Me
Jeff.
and Jeff hang out a lot, so I have a lot of stories about.
I tried to hang out with you on Saturday, but I also didn't try that hard.
You're
actually.
I told you what we were doing.
I know
You're
I
gonna
was
badmouth your supporter.
Who, Micah?
Yeah.
I tell stories about Micah all the time on other places,
I
but not
haven't
when we're
heard
hanging
him.
out.
Oh yeah, you don't want
Oh,
to talk.
shit.
About, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Almost
What if we
spilled
all
some water.
die?
But anyways,
What stories do you tell? Micah has a job and pays the rent.
Yeah, good stories, good fun stories. Micah was mean to me.
Because I tripped down the stairs because I was looking at pictures of old men on TikTok.
really, that happened?
No, I just fell down the stairs. And then
Did you get fucked up?
no, I'm okay. Micah told my nieces and nephews I have homeless hands, and now they call me homeless hands all the time.
That's fun. I like that a lot.
Well, why don't you have some wounds heal and then we can talk about not calling you homeless?
They're not that bad right now, but my niece did message me out of nowhere. She goes, "What's up, homeless hands?" And I
Yeah.
go, "Oh my god, I don't need this."
that
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah.
I like
I want
that.
my autistic nephew to get like fun. I
Yeah.
have an autistic nephew.
Take him to Vegas.
Yeah. Invite him out. Go to Atlantic City. Tell him to pick his favorite numbers.
Yeah.
He'd bet on those.
Good.
He'd be like, actually, you can't quantify a number as favorites. They all have a numerical value.
Damn.
His
Wilfred.
favorite video on YouTube was different train sounds.
Train crossing sounds.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
really?
It was like the
What is it
dings.
with autism and trains? Why can't they get excited about eye
Well,
contact?
so, okay, so
Yeah.
Damn, Myka, you are on today.
That was a good one.
so
wow.
it's not confirmed that he's autistic. I'm just using these clues.
Yeah. Are you worried at all that your brother's gonna find out you've just been calling?
I'm
his
sure
son?
he listens to the podcast, so
He knows.
He not only does he listen to the podcast, but he encourages his coworkers to.
How old is your nephew?
4.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
He
so
sounds kick ass.
Yeah.
I love him. He's so much fun. I sent him found this like really cheap Chinese website where you like can buy shit for like $3, and I sent him a cuckoo clock because he's obsessed with clocks.
Oh, nice.
and
Yeah, he's
so-
autistic for sure.
Yeah, and then he sent the cutest thank you video back, and he wants to FaceTime. But
At 4,
yeah,
he did his own thank you video?
I mean his mom held the phone,
Eh.
and then he.
I'm getting less
Cool.
impressed by the
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like the cool kind of autistic.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty cool, Wilfred. It sounds like me and him, we got a lot of things in common.
he's so much fun.
Yeah,
He's-
Tim also likes clocks.
I
Do you?
do? No, I don't really care. I'm always on time though.
You are on time. You're a very timely guy.
I was early
punctual.
today. Beat
I'm a big
Myka.
fan of punctuality.
Yeah.
Well, we had a Latin person on the first podcast,
All
and they
right.
were 20 minutes late because they were on Latin time.
Oh, is that what they said?
And so that's why we were. No, they literally.
Well, you know what they Latin say, carpe diem, you know.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. You know, that actually is a good.
That's a good joke.
You guys are in love. This is that's a good segue into our topic. We unpack, kind of deep dive into a different topic, and I wanted to do something specific for you guys. And I was looking.
Anime.
I was looking at different couples things, right?
Oh, okay.
So I was like, what are some cool couples in history?
Who are
And-
some gay couples in history?
Yeah, who are some
Yeah.
who are some lame ass couples?
Oh, I meant gay as in 2 men. What the fuck, Andy?
What?
That's fucked up.
I didn't say
Wow.
that wasn't. I didn't say lame because you said gay. I just said lame because of Myka and Tim.
Oh, all right.
Well, either way, Wilfred's brother's now offended and probably not listening anymore.
We've lost one.
He turned it
follower.
off 3 weeks ago.
He's gonna beat your ass. But so at first I was like, all right, maybe Bonnie and Clyde.
Mm.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bonnie and Rich. I was like, I don't know, man.
I said famous.
Oh, Rich is gonna fucking freak out.
No,
Get
it's
his
okay.
name mentioned. He's gonna love it.
He's gonna call me like what's his favorite? He has a favorite.
nothing.
No, he has a favorite. Like it's a
Pussy.
real old school. He's like you're like a God, I can't think of it right now. It's shoe shine. Yeah, go get your shoe shine. He always
Oh,
like
go
tells,
get your shine box.
yeah, go get your shine box. And I was like, what is this? The docks?
It's
Yeah.
that's from Goodfellas.
Yeah, it's like nobody is.
What does that
offended
mean?
That you're like a shoe shine.
Yeah.
You're an underling. You're to shine your shoes.
Yeah.
That-
He's still above you no matter what.
Just call someone gay.
Yeah, he does that too.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Wearing that many rings?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I was gonna do them, and then I was like, "That's not that interesting." Everybody knows about Bonnie and Clyde, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll do serial killers."
I actually don't know anything about Bonnie and Clyde.
Well, we can do
we're
another.
not doing that.
We can on another couples episode. We'll do Bonnie and Clyde.
All right.
And then I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll do like a famous serial killer episode." Except, really, like the trend with almost every serial killer couple is that they kidnap and rape and then kill children. That is almost every
Oh.
serial killer couple.
That would have been related.
Yeah. It also
You
would have
didn't
been,
want to do that. Why?
It would have been different in our case.
Sounds kind of like a bummer,
Yeah.
you know?
A lot of the cases, the men are in charge, and in our case, it would have been Myka bossing me around to
Yeah.
grab the children.
Hey,
It's
brother.
more of a Cruella de Vil situation over here.
I'm in the same kind of boat, all right?
Yeah.
I'm also a kept man. But then I was like, you know what? I'll do like a historical one. And so today we're going to talk about Marc Antony or Antony and
The
Cleopatra.
singer.
I just-
that one.
I just watched Cleopatra for the first time. The
Liz Taylor
one. I didn't make it all the way through. That thing is long.
It
Yeah.
is long as shit.
I've watched it in episodes and then gave up somewhere halfway through. But that's exciting for
What
me.
is it, like 3.5?
It's I don't
It's
know.
like 5 hours long. We were watching it, and I go, "What the? How much more of this?" And there was
It's
like 3
definitely
hours
like,
left.
it's definitely like too VHS cassettes.
Oh,
it's one of
okay.
those.
Yeah.
You know that they used to like do intermissions on movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did
That's
it for the
fucking
they did
crazy.
it for the Hateful Eight.
Yeah, they did it for
Oh,
the
yeah,
Hateful
that's
Eight.
right.
I went with my mom to go see whatever that one movie is that's very long that I can't think of now. And
Oppenheimer,
no. It's
Tim,
an old one.
shut up.
The
Take a lap.
Irishman.
Autumn, could you please cut all this out? Thank you.
Autumn, could you cut Myka out?
Yeah.
No. What is it? What's the old? You don't know what this really long movie is?
Oh, I know what it is. It's coming to mind. It's
Name anything that's happening in the movie.
There's a war.
Okay.
It says, frankly, I just don't give a damn.
Oh, Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
of
A
course.
war.
There is a
Yeah.
war
The
in it.
Civil War? There's a war.
Wait, you went to go see Gone with the Wind in theaters?
With my mom when they re-released it
Oh,
in theaters
I
for
was
like
like,
the 50th
Are you-
anniversary.
are
They're
you a
big
time
slavery.
traveler?
They're big slavery heads.
Yeah.
You're
My
from
mom-
where they created the Klan, so you must have been nostalgia for you.
Is that where the Klan was created in Indiana?
I think it's headquartered.
The leader of the Ku Klux Klan lives in Indiana now,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
outside of
in New Palestine, where my uncle lives.
Ironically.
coincidentally,
Whoa, is he affiliated?
no, but he is mildly racist.
Okay,
Your uncle is?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
everybody's uncle.
Can you be mildly racist? I feel like it's an on or off switch.
No, I think. I mean,
I think so.
I think a lot of the people at this table are mildly racist.
Yeah.
So
Well, we know you are because Asians are the most.
That's
Yeah.
true.
yeah, and look, I'm not hiding that part of my.
Wilfred
personality at
keeps on getting beaten up on the train for touching black people's hair.
They never show that part of the video.
Oh, come on, let me just touch. Oh, let me touch. I turn into Italian.
Yeah, why did you get that voice?
I don't
So here's the I will say this. I was getting ready to research this, and then I have a very pregnant wife, and I was traveling all weekend, so I did a bad job of researching
Nice.
it. And then on top of that,
This baby better turn out good as fuck.
no promises. We don't even know if it's all white. But the thing about it that's really hard to study the Greeks and the Romans is they all fucking have the same name.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Atticus and Iticus and shit.
and Lepidus and Ptolemaic, and like if your name, like there's like literally like 20 guys in this story that have the same two first names and then a different last name. You know, so I just want to say that. So if I fuck it up, if you're listening or watching,
And you're a big
And-
Cleopatra head.
and you went to like whatever St. Michael's and studied the great whatever literature, and you know all this shit. Sorry, I didn't have a fucking professor in a sweater tell me this shit. Also, I didn't know this. Did you guys know that before our current calendar, that you just said the year that you lived in was your like whatever emperor was in Rome, and however many years he'd been in?
Oh,
No,
That
I did
makes
not.
more
That's
sense.
interesting.
so it'd be like the year, like
It'd be like year.
Caesar 7.
We would be living right now in year 3 of Biden.
yeah.
Oh, I was going to say year 7 of Trump, but I know who the real president is, I guess. But
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was stolen, and now the deep state's trying to get in there. Well, they're trying to shut him down again, you know,
Yeah.
with all
Oh,
these
yeah.
fake indictments. Anyways, that's what. Let's just pivot and talk about the real story.
Yeah, why aren't the tops of the trees burnt in Maui? I want answers now.
Is that a conspiracy?
Mike
It's-
is on some conspiracy shit
Dude.
on this
Really?
Maui fire big time.
They are, it is do weapons. It is, Oprah did this shit to get a better view. She wants more of Lahaina. I will go deep into this.
Do weapons?
It's like something electronic weapon, digital, like, I don't know. It's like, they're basically like laser beams and stuff.
so.
And
People think laser beams created the Lahaina fires.
So
well,
Micah's Jewish.
a hurricane started the fire. A big wet thing started a fire.
Well, winds.
Micah's
but-
Jewish space lasers have shot down at the trees to give the rich Jews better views of the sea.
And then the
Is
hurricane.
what Micah is
as
saying
the prophecy
as a Jew.
foretold.
Got it.
I am saying that, and also usually a hurricane hits the Big Island before it hits Maui. That happens every fucking time. Not this time.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hinky.
Was it because
shit.
you guys chose to make the weather hit the?
Also, didn't the
other one?
sirens not go off?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit. Also, like Oprah's property is completely untouched, and everything around it is charred to shit. It doesn't make any sense.
What's
Really?
what? what sirens?
She probably has better sprinklers. The warning system, like when things catch fire, there's sirens.
Oh,
like
really?
a fire alarm.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm a big city boy. I don't know.
I mean, the other side
What
of
these
it
are.
is people think China did it with
Really?
space lasers. So they're pivoting who owns the space lasers now.
Because Asians are the new Jews.
Don't tell
Wilfred?
Wilfred that. He'll
Is
start.
that true?
like
He'll start
that.
celebrating Asian Passover.
listen, the
Not
Filipino
Filipino,
people
not
are
yeah,
not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be lumped
Weird.
into
Chinese,
that. Yeah.
Chinese,
Yeah.
Korean,
Chinese,
Japanese,
yeah.
the ones,
Right.
The good ones.
the good ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
not the
we're
southern
still
ones.
going to be Filipino.
I'm talking about the new doctors and engineers, not the new sometimes podcast hosts.
Yeah, we're not talking about our favorite break dancers.
Yeah.
You guys could have been way better at racism in that moment.
Which
Well,
would you
if
have
you
gone
were a
for?
better
You could have gone
Asian.
nurse. You could have
Nurse.
gone like
Oh,
mailman.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty tired. I apologize. I should have been more racist.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
could have.
Wait, are you guys mailmen?
Yeah, in Seattle.
In Seattle, we're like all of the post
Actually, the
office.
whole West Coast. I would
Really?
say. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
maybe not L.A., but San Francisco, Seattle, Portland.
Yeah.
Big Filipino.
There's also my bit, which is like the new women on 90 Day Fiance. or
Yeah.
You
whatever.
should write a children's book
How
letting
to
us know
catch
which.
how to catch water with a leaf. I don't know. I feel like they're doing that.
Oh yeah, you're talking about a big leaf.
Jungle stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You're talking about a big old leaf.
Jesus.
What? Oh, is that racist?
Tim's like, I haven't talked in a while. I better say the most racist shit I can.
That's not even that
Is
racist.
that racist? I didn't think that
that's
was.
You
way
don't
less.
understand the image he was picturing in his head, but I do.
I talk a lot.
It was me in a loincloth.
Yeah.
At the top of a tree.
Water dripping off of your mouth into Gary's mouth.
Yeah, Wilfred keeps on getting arrested in Maria Hernandez Park for climbing the trees.
See, that's way more racist. And see, my racism has brought us to a nice place.
Yeah, and now we're back. I guess we'll start with Marc Antony. Marc Antony was born of noble blood. He's actually a relative of Caesar's. Like
What time are we thinking? What
83 BC.
83.
83 BC is when
BC.
he's born.
Which is
Before-
what, 5 Caesar?
Something like that. It would have been like that. But they had two calendars there. They had the emperor, whoever was in charge of the Roman Empire, and they also had the founding of the city of Rome was another calendar.
When was Caesar?
That's so confusing.
Caesar's when he's born, Caesar is maybe in the Senate at this point. He's not. He becomes the
He's not even
leader.
Caesar yet.
He's Caesar, but he's not like it's like Obama in Illinois. He's
Yeah.
not quite there.
Yeah.
And then he kind of grows up wealthy. He grows up like he's kind of an aristocrat. He's known for running around Rome, basically drinking, fucking whores.
My type of guy.
He's accused of having a homosexual affair with. You guys want to guess the name of the guy?
Butticus?
Andy Haynes.
Yeah, Tapas Butticus.
Yeah.
Gaius.
Is his name Gaius?
Gaius Scribonius Curio.
Gaius.
Wow.
Gaius Scrabussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna make you guess between a few because there's also Publius Claudius Pulcher.
Oh. Pubius
Plurnum.
Plurnum. Wait, is that where gay comes from? From Gaius?
I don't know, but it's kind of spelled like Gaiety. It's Gai.
It's got to be from this. It's got to be
US.
from there. It's too much of a coincidence. I won't stand for it. There's
Man,
no reason
but
the
it's-
tops of the
it's-
trees wouldn't have burnt down as well.
I can't wait till we get a hard QAnon shift at my house, and I'm just like, yep, this is our life now.
Yeah.
We're getting another QAnon's coming.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, because Trump's gonna get arrested, but in a total I don't even agree with the amount of indictments they're giving him
Yeah.
because it's just clearly they're trying to get him out of the election, and then it's just gonna fire up those people so much.
So we're just gonna have a little dead guy, Joe Biden, be our president.
Come on, man.
We'll probably have some. That was a good. Do that again.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's it's all I can do.
I'm from Scranton.
Grin.
It's time to ride a bicycle.
Gotta take a nap.
That was a bad one.
That wasn't that bad. He whispers.
No, but his is the best.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah,
My son's really cool.
Yeah.
that's great.
My other one's dead.
You should be on SNL
Oh, all right,
and
I
then
will.
fucking
So
body
Caesar-
your lady.
Caesar was the Hunter Biden of Rome.
No. Marc
Marc
Antony.
Antony.
Oh, Marc Antony was
Caesar,
the gay.
but he's a distant relative. He's just in the upper class, and
Oh, okay.
so basically, he is just kind of part of the Roman aristocracy. Now, meanwhile, on the other side of things, Egypt is what's called Ptolemaic Egypt, and what it was the Greeks had conquered Egypt, and Cleopatra 1 and 2. There's multiple Cleopatras and other Ptolemaic kings and emperors or whatever. They're all Greeks.
Mhm.
They're not Egyptians. They're not like related to the pharaohs or anything. I think that we always kind of assumed that Cleopatra's like part of the pharaohs. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you kind of.
I always
'cause she
assumed she
has
was
that-
Egyptian.
She is,
Oh, okay.
but
good.
she's a Greek in Egypt.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they conquered Egypt,
Got it.
and then it
Like
became,
how Wilfred's technically American.
yes, exactly, exactly. Except he didn't really conquer anything.
No.
I'm
you know?
conquering the comedy scene. I'm conquering New York comedy.
You,
Huh?
yeah, that's true.
I'm conquering the podcast world.
Mm-hmm.
Conquering a lot.
It's cute. I'm proud of you.
God. I hate it.
sorry,
Whenever I
they-
bring my friends, that I lose all of the arguments.
Well, I kind of also lose when I bring my friend. Imagine when my wife's here, how much I got owned.
Oh yeah, I didn't even participate.
Yeah.
You were just
She
getting
just
fucking
bodied
bodies.
me. Yeah. So she's related. She's like the granddaughter of the first Cleopatra. She's actually the second or third Cleopatra. And so the Greeks, like Alexander the Great, is who I think Alexander the Great and Ptolemy are the ones who conquered Egypt and then installed this kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, not shadow government, colony, I guess you would
Sure.
call
All
it.
right.
But it's right there. It's not that
Yeah.
far away. Eventually, the Greeks get taken over by the Romans, and so it becomes kind of.
When are the Jews like pushed out?
That was before.
That was before.
Oh.
Yeah, the Jews are up in. They're somewhere else. I don't really know.
Jericho or Babylon.
They're probably in the
someplace like
Middle
that.
East. Yeah, they're probably in Judea.
Palestine,
yeah.
as Wilfred likes to say.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm just needing.
But here's the
some
thing.
Clarity.
So when Caesar comes to Egypt to do some, I think he's defeating somebody. I don't really know the situation of the war. They have an affair. Caesar has an affair, and she has a kid with Caesar.
Cleopatra.
That's where we got in the movie,
Yeah.
where they go to Egypt,
Yeah.
right?
That's at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
Tim's
But
'Cause-
that is like the beginning of the movie. It's like an hour and a half into the movie.
But
that they
she's
get
like-
there,
she's
and then
like
they start.
16 or 17 years old at this point.
How old Caesar?
50? I don't know.
Wow.
But here's the crazy thing about it. She
so
also,
it's a real Alec and Hilaria situation.
but also she
Oh yes.
she also has an affair with Marc Antony later. They're like great loves. That'd be like if you were like, if you fucked both Roosevelts, like Teddy and
Yeah,
JFK and FDR.
Yeah.
You know, it was a long time apart. It was kind of a crazy amount of. Do you guys understand the relevance of this?
I
what I'm
understand
saying?
what runoff pussy is in sloppy seconds. Yes, of course.
Thank you. That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, it's famous runoff pussy.
Yeah,
Yes.
this was some of the best pussy in Egypt, top notch.
Was she hot?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's getting the
Cleopatra, isn't she known for being one of the
The-
great
she-
beauties
yeah,
of
she's
all of
getting two
existence?
emperors.
Let's see what she looks like. Yeah, Autumn knows I always.
Can you
need to-
do real picture?
Yeah, I think people are like, she's not that hot actually. And by people, I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Oh yeah, she looks.
Yeah,
pretty
look at her.
mid.
Oh yeah.
Are you really gonna get?
Would I get topped off by that lady? Absolutely.
She looks kind of rough. You know,
She has what TikTok is calling witch face.
really?
There's
Really?
witch face and there's angel face. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I have witch face.
Yeah. Jew face.
Yeah. Oh, it is very clear what they mean.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Um.
What do I have?
Yeah, you're. I would say you're closer to angel face,
Yeah,
but you have
that's
witch
what I-
chin for
No.
sure.
Is there
Why-
like a
do
cuck
do I not
face?
have a?
Yeah, you don't have a strong chin, so you have witch chin, but your
I'm
nose
gonna-
is closer to angel.
I got one of those jazzercise things. I'm gonna look so different when you guys. I'm gonna.
It doesn't matter. You have the Filipino witch face. What's that
Yeah.
called again?
Aswang face.
You have Oswald face.
That's funny. That's a funny name.
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
Oswang mean? Just witch
Aswang's
and-
like it's
Witch.
like a
Warlock.
a
witch.
general term for like the evil spirits. So it's like different evil like ghosts or like creatures.
Feminists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's feminist. Yeah.
Feminists. Yeah.
Libs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got an idea to tell you guys after the pod. I think I'm going to make $1 million fucking dollars, but I can't say it on the pod. I don't want anyone to steal it.
Okay.
That is the declaration of a person who's never going to make any money
Yeah,
for the rest of their lives.
this reminds me of like a guy in 1929 Manhattan telling me about how he's going to make a bunch of money on the ponies.
You know, I was talking with Drake because we worked together last week, and we were like, how are all of our friends just guys that don't have money yet have a successful girlfriend?
It's weird.
It's called being a cool guy that's nice to be around and also Andy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty spot
Like
on.
every single one of our friends, all the ladies make 6 figures. All the guys work on a truck every once in a while.
I fell and hurt myself badly slipping on a bowling pin at work.
Is that true?
Yeah.
It was a bowling pin?
I was getting off the back of the bowling. I was fixing the bowling alley, and I stepped down, and there was a pin sitting.
Do you work at Gutter?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been working there just for a little bit. And then there was a pin sitting on the ground, and I stepped on it, and I rolled my foot up against my foot went up against my leg, and then I landed on something, and I had a bruise about this big.
The scar's pretty good.
I have a scar. I have like a smiley face scar from something I landed on.
Wow. Did you get workers' comp and shit?
No, I went to work the next day.
He refused to go to the doctor. It is infuriating. I'm like, you could have not had to work for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you could have sued.
Yeah, but
I'm to Indiana. That's not right.
I don't know. I felt like I shouldn't have. It was my fault. I shouldn't have had the pins on the ground to begin with.
Man, this is like the one time where you could have used the American legal system to have a free ride.
Actually, the second time. The first time I got T-boned while I was in a cab going home, and I got so mad I just walked home, and I woke up the next day in so much pain.
Wow.
Well, that is indicative of like I think I would react the same way. It's indicative of a person who doesn't understand that they can sue.
Yeah.
Like that you grow up like workers class, you're not like, "Oh, how do I what are my rights right now?"
Yeah.
Like one day at work, my dad said, "We can't super glue cuts anymore because your mom got mad. We have to go to the doctor now."
Really?
Yeah.
What part? So you're from the sticks?
I'm from Indianapolis. I just have worked construction since I was like 15 years old.
Oh shit. Okay. Do you go to college?
No. I tried, but I didn't like it.
Your
You
family
think
got
they're
mad
gonna let
at
those
you?
homeless hands into college?
Yeah.
You can't even turn a page with those
they're
guys.
not
Look
that
how
bad.
fucking.
I mean, with the bruises gone on my finger, I think that was really helping the hands. But I got this scar. I got a bunch of scars and shit. This one I cut. This was when I wasn't allowed to glue it, and I actually cut the artery in my thumb. And if I would have glued it, my hand would have filled with blood, and I would have almost died.
Damn.
That's what
cool.
the doctor said.
Very much like Marc Antony at the Battle of
So
Gaius.
you have angel face,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Micah?
The nose is pushing witch,
It's
but
Roman.
the chin.
I have a Roman nose.
But the chin is from the angel face. Yeah.
What's
Thank
it
you.
like what's a typical angel face? Can you look that up?
Yeah.
Autumn?
Look, TikTok angel versus witch face.
Oh.
What's the best example of this shit?
I mean, just that blue and white one, but like also this.
Isn't that the bitch from Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's manipulated.
I see.
But yeah, like it's just straight racism.
Yeah,
you can see
because
the chin and the nose.
well, the
I'm
one
an
thing
angel.
though,
I'm an
I
angel.
actually think Wilfred might be angel because the flatter face is actually characteristic of Asian.
Yes.
I'm an angel. You guys are all witches.
And even me?
Yeah. Well, I guess you're an angel because you're fat.
Tim has an angel
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. You have a baby face.
I like it. That's good.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're angels. You guys are witches.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the angels do look better. I will say that.
That witch profile looks exactly like me. It is.
Yeah. I mean, this is the most anti-Semitic trend
Yes.
I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
It's an attack on the Hebes.
If I had seen this growing up, it could have saved me a lot of time finding out I was ugly.
Yeah.
Aw.
No, I
sweet.
think you're beautiful, Micah, in your own way.
In a evil kind of witch way.
Yeah.
The hottest thing about you is that bank account.
Um,
That wasn't a Jew thing. That was
Wow.
that was
Wow.
not a Jew thing.
Anti-Semitism.
Not a Jew thing. That was a Tim being poor
Everybody
thing.
check out Wilfred on Gas Digital, the anti-Semitic hour.
I wish that'd be tight. I think I'm too much of a pussy to be on Gas Digital.
Yeah, we all are.
Not these guys. You guys been on Gas
I
Digital.
used to have a show on Gas, and I was just on a show on Gas
What was it
yesterday.
called? Big Puss?
It was called Shame On.
Oh,
And
really?
We just shame different people for Yeah, it was a fun show. It was,
Wearing the wrong clothes to a party.
No, it was like straight up like we did Shame on Black People, and Che was our guest.
Oh,
we did
good.
Shame on Moms. We had Bonnie McFarlane. It was fun.
It's very funny that Che, although he's very well established and has a great career, the only podcast network he'll go on is the Gas Digital Network. That's true. The only podcast he'll do is Legion of Skanks.
Really?
That's so funny.
He still does Skanks?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's great.
Can't cancel him.
Today I saw this guy. He was doing something for I don't know. He was doing something over in Bryant Park, and he had a big loudspeaker. I was like, how funny would it be if I just grabbed the speaker and started saying every slur that I know? And then I just kept walking. I was like, don't do it. But in another universe, one of me did it.
What is?
And that's what comes out of an angel face.
Yeah.
That's what the angels are up to. Everyone.
I thought it would be a funny thing to do, and I'd get everybody mad, and then just go to this podcast.
I feel like I'm witch face.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, you are witch face. Yeah.
Sorry to break it to you.
Well, maybe we're doing something powerful with like the energy or something.
Yeah, space lasers, Jewish
Yeah.
space lasers. we're burning down the hyena, so that way. Bezos
Now I feel
and Winfrey-
powerful.
Yeah.
I'm part of a disaster.
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Okay. So, Caesar is banging Cleopatra. He has a daughter or a son, and the name of the son is Caesarion.
Oh.
Pretty cool.
Did they cut her open?
Yeah, but just for fun. No, yeah, I
You gotta
don't. I
preserve
think
that shit.
Caesar himself was actually born
Yeah,
C-section.
he was cut untimely from a woman's womb.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's
I think his mom died.
Wow.
Oh.
Maybe in the birthing process because he was
Too
so
powerful.
important. Yeah. But this
I
isn't
decided to let my mom live.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But Caesar is not actually the emperor at this point. I think he eventually becomes emperor in this thing called the Triumvirate, which is where him and two other guys run the Roman Empire as a dictatorship to reestablish order. And then they start beefing, and then Brutus kills Caesar.
Uh-huh.
And then Cleopatra's just in the wind again, right?
This all sounds right to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Tim has no education.
Wait,
That's
so
fine. That's fine.
Right.
My greatest fact checker is a construction worker from Indianapolis.
didn't
Who
so
has been failed out of multiple colleges despite not getting into either of them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
it was what did Caesar said et tu Brute?
Yeah.
On the Ides of March.
You too?
Yeah. Oh, you too?
You too? After
and
he got
thus Bono
stabbed.
was born.
Yeah, Bono. Really?
That's how
The look Micah gave you after that, really.
I know.
I've only seen when I don't give her the extra
Yeah.
100 I owe for rent.
I heard that Caesar was the beginning of the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
really?
too? Yeah,
Yeah.
you too.
Me too.
Oh, well,
I got
that's
stabbed.
amazing.
Me
Oh my
stabbed.
God, this is such a bad bit.
Do more of it.
Yeah.
Me got stabbed.
I like it. Now I get the you too thing. Anyways, at this point, Marc Antony is in Caesar's army, so this is like a
And
big
his
deal.
lady, am I right?
Later.
Oh.
Later he'll get there. He's already in his other lady.
So I guess
His-
you ain't right.
You know what
Yeah.
his lady's name is at this point? Because he's got multiple wives, but his lady at this point, her name is
Cassiopeia.
Fulvia.
Wait, really?
Ooh.
Yeah, Cassiopeia is actually part of Turkey.
Oh, look
It's
at
a
me
region.
being close.
Pretty close.
I feel like I want to it seems like all of these we can guess all of these names if we just use just name them by their
What was her name?
genitals.
Falopia?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you use an anatomical terms or nice
Uh-huh.
Korean automobiles, then you'll get
Fallopian tubis.
Yeah.
and Sonata Genesis.
Yeah.
So then basically there's essentially a civil war in the Roman Empire, and Cleopatra.
What are the
and
sides?
There is
North, south.
the people that killed.
Damn, Tim.
The people that killed Caesar, I think,
Uh-huh.
and then like people trying to reestablish order, Caesar's backers. It's
Yeah.
kind of all over the place.
Okay.
I honestly I tried to read it. I read it multiple times, and it kept on just turning into a picture of a ship, and like a magic eye.
I understood.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I was like,
When you said picture of a ship, I thought of that scene in Mallrats where they're trying to stare at the magic eye. The
You know,
entire
I've
time.
never
Yeah.
gotten one of those to work for me.
Yeah.
And
It's a sign of mental retardation.
Yeah, it's true.
And I sure have tried. I've tried real hard.
You haven't let your eyes relax?
I don't. Is that what it's supposed to?
Are Asians able to do that?
Because
They're always squinting.
wow.
Tim, I think.
What? Oh, I'm not allowed to be racist anymore, even though I've been racist my whole life.
No, I actually.
Well, I'll be then.
Wait, I wonder, is there a conspiracy that you guys can't see magic eyes?
Maybe.
We should just put secrets in those things.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Chinese will never find out. What if we found out that was... That's how we found out we were duping the Chinese
Yeah.
An
military.
entire wing of MIT is just like, "I'll pack it up, boys."
Magic eye. That's all it took.
in like 50 years, there's a movie. It's like once podcaster, now secret agent Andy Haynes comes up with greatest idea.
But it's
to
just
dupe the Chinese.
the pivotal scene is when I'm trying to get Wilfred to see the magic eye, and I'm like, "What do you mean you can't see it?" Then I see the Chinese flag in the news, and I'm like, "Wait a second, I gotta tell the government they can't see the eye." Basically, Marc Antony is in the military, and then Caesar gets assassinated, and then he and some other guys, they regain control through the Senate and other means, military conquest, and they get back Rome and the empire, and they create a second triumvirate. And I can't really tell how this happened, but he's married a couple times. And then he goes to Tarsus, which is, I guess, probably modern day Alexandria area, or maybe Crete, like somewhere in the
Okay.
Mediterranean. And he meets Cleopatra, and Cleopatra basically games him down. She dresses like a Greek goddess. She has this giant bacchanalia feast. She's sexy as hell. Marc Antony falls for her. They fuck. She gets pregnant, and then he goes back to Rome for like 4 years.
She's trying to trap him.
Yeah.
I did this similar thing to get Myka. I went to Cobra Club every week and then would get really drunk and act like an idiot till she noticed me.
That's great.
It only took like 4 or 5 times
Yeah.
before I remembered his name.
That's great.
And how did this all start? I know that Irene was played a part, or she claims to play a part.
She did.
Irene helped me figure out our first date that I would take Myka on because I was working with her at Calvin Klein at the time.
How did you?
Well, he was like, he asked me to plan it, and I was like, no.
I don't know what women like.
I was like, no, try again.
what? Wait, how did it start though? Let's go back before the first date. You're
Palling
being
around.
a drunk.
I'm drunk, Myka, drunk. Unlike now where she's sober, and I still get drunk because I am still cool. But I would just bother Myka and be mean to people around Myka and make her laugh until she remembered my name.
okay.
Great. And then how did it go from you just being remembered to going
Asking
on
her
a
out.
date?
Well, then we banged.
Oh, you banged
Oh.
before the date.
Yeah, what are we, gay?
Yeah, we were hanging around. We were just hanging around.
I
You're
do.
getting
Yeah.
drunk enough that eventually
No.
when you get drunk like that, you got to end the night with a bang.
No, we were flirting, and then I kind of hunted him down because Tim has no game, and I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
enough of this flirting. We gotta fucking see what's up.
Yeah.
Tim and
Cool.
I think, have the same approach to women, which is when we like someone, we hide.
Yeah.
I don't know if I hide as much as don't understand anything that's happening around me, really.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, my fear.
Much like Marc Antony.
Yes.
My fight or flight really kicks in, and it's flight.
Tim actually really tried to get away from me the night we first hooked up.
I didn't try. I just had other things happening, and
He had to follow Jeff Arcuri to a bang appointment.
Oh,
Really?
yeah. Well, I didn't know that Jeff was going to have a threesome with these 2 ladies, and then I went to this lady's place, and her window coverings were hung all wrong, and I started explaining to her about how her window coverings were hung wrong, and she was getting fucking pissed, and then Myka kept dogging everyone at the place. And it
Wait,
was
you
very-
I
came
was
with-
like, because I was like, we are gonna hang out, goddammit. And Tim was like too dumb, so I kind of forced it on him. And then I just kept calling these. I was like, Jeff, you're really gonna bang these bitches?
Did you wait? Did you
Yeah.
guys already have sex, and then you went?
No, and then we had sex later that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Then we got so horny from the prospect of Jeff having sex with 2 women, and this one woman's blinds being all wrong. I couldn't get it out of my
yeah,
head.
I was like, why don't you hang something right?
Wow.
And I still did.
And it was dong.
And this was pre-internet fame Jeff Arcuri. This
Yes.
was just regular Jeff Arcuri.
This was living in the basement with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's really come a long way.
Jeff, myself, a rat. We all lived down in the basement together.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Has he brought you along for the ride at all?
No, he's not a good friend with his success.
He hasn't brought anyone along,
No.
right?
It's crazy. I
We
went down
ran
to Jeff Hole last night because somebody told me that his calendar was sold out for the next 8 months. And then I looked at it and it's true.
Yeah.
And it made me hurt my wife. I hit her. I said,
Why?
"You did this."
Now the baby's gonna come out with a bald spot.
Yeah. He's going to come out wearing a chain and a V-neck.
To the point where I yelled at him because we ran a show together and he had hundreds of thousands of followers and wouldn't even promote the show that we ran
Did he
together.
ever come out? Has he ever brought you along to open?
No.
What a dick.
That's all right.
All right. Does he bring anybody to open?
He brought Bacchus to open in Indy, where Bacchus is from, and he brought Comstock to open for him in Nebraska, where Comstock is from.
Oh, so
Okay.
he flies people to see their.
So you're
families.
just not,
guess.
he can't depend on you.
Well, I mean, you can. I'm a very good opener.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to go up there ask everyone what they've done for a living. That's for him to do.
We'll put
Also, Tim doesn't.
Wow, I like this. This is fun. We've established ourselves as an anti-Arcuri podcast.
I'm not anti him, but
Nope, you did. You kind of drew a line in the sand.
But I did get a very big.
This is very, very Caesar at. He's gonna go
At
two, Timmy?
Yeah, at 2, Timmy.
But I did get in a big fight with a bunch of comedians one night at the Gutter because they were like, when you feature for someone, you should do as much crowd work as you can to try to bury the headliner. And I'm like, no.
That's stupid.
That's
Yeah.
stupid. Why would you do that?
I don't
Unless you
know.
were like, unless the guy was a complete fucking asshole. But if I brought Wilfred on a gig and then he tried to ruin my show,
Yeah.
why would that's
Well, and one of them were like, well,
Can we talk about your taping? That was so. Did we talk about that on the podcast?
I think we maybe mentioned it.
did you get a bunch of, did someone do a bunch of crowd work before your taping?
No, my whole taping was crowd work.
Oh.
But so we do this taping. He's doing this taping, which is like crowd work. He writes an hour within 24 hours, and he has a camera guy that's in Dallas, and he gets like stormed
Stranded.
in. He's
Yeah.
stranded in
Oh,
Dallas.
shit.
There's like these giant storms, and so he can't make it, and so I have to get a camera guy. And I'd been planning this for a while. It was like a conceptual idea.
Yes.
And so I'm planning it for a while, and then he's like, "Oh, I can't make it. I'm stuck."
Yeah,
And
and then
so-
and then he finds this comic who in Seattle that is also a camera guy, and he's like, "I'll do it," and then and he's like, "Great," and then he's like, "Can I do some time?" On his taping, on a taping, he's like,
I mean, he's kind of got you by the fucking balls,
He
though,
does,
doesn't he?
and
but
so he
Andy
did
says
the
no.
time.
He says no though.
I didn't say no at first. I said it's kind of weird.
You gave him a soft no.
I said usually I'd say yeah, sure, but it's a taping.
Yeah.
and he
Well-
has no social
Yeah.
awareness, so he was just like, "Cool, I'll ask you again later." you
Yeah.
know?
And so
Jeez.
so I'm supposed to open because I'm just the whole plan is I told Andy I'll be the only opener. As soon as the audience is ready, we'll get you on stage. Like I was gonna host feature.
Right.
And so I asked the guy, can you just bring me up? And show starts. He goes up there and he starts telling a joke. And then
I didn't tell Wilfred.
and then this
It's kind of on me.
and then he starts telling another joke, and I'm lighting this guy. He does 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Up top.
So I
How's
was,
he doing? Killing?
no. And
but
then
it was actually
was
kind of
like
helped
5.
you because he broke the ice of the awkwardness of starting cold. You didn't have to start cold, at least.
yeah, but I would have. I mean, either way, I was just like furious on the side, being like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Yeah.
Like,
But it was one of those things where I'd flown from Sonoma that morning, and I had flown to Sonoma the day before, and so I was like exhausted, and it was all falling apart and not going well. And then the guy was just like, "Hey, can I do this?" And I was just like, "Fine, whatever."
Yeah. This
But
was right-
Wilfred was outside. I was in the green room, so I never told him.
and this was right. This was like, and then the show starts like right
Yeah.
after he says yes.
I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Go
And
do
then
time.
I was like, okay, so he's bringing me up. He does 5 minutes, and I'm like, what the? I'm furious. Andy at some point opens the door to the theater.
And Wilfred's standing there. He goes like this. He goes,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
And then he closes the door. And then I go, and then the guy's like, well, I'll be your host for the show. And then I'm like, no, you're not. No.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. And then I went up and I had a good time. Like it was and you know,
That's
I
awesome.
feel like, but I was so furious as I was going onto the stage.
Yeah, it was a non-ideal situation.
But
Also,
who is this guy? Because now it's like, who would ever want to work with him again?
Yeah. Well, I'm like, he's blackballed from our shit
Yeah.
for sure.
Like,
well,
I don't want
he's been editing the footage, so I can't completely bury him. But
Oh, yeah.
it seems like he's one
I
of the,
love it. I think he's great.
Have you guys ever had these people where you get them to do a project and then they still take artistic license even though you're not, like, he keeps on throwing in these edits where I'm like, that's not what I want at all.
Yeah, it
You
happens
mean-
to Mike all the time at work.
You talking about like he's throwing in clips of himself?
He's like, I think I should be in the doc.
No, I work with editors all the time.
Yeah.
At work. You have to say up front, like, if you want to make a creative choice, you have to put that in the notes. And if you're on a time crunch, I'm like, don't do anything
That'd be
besides
so-
what I say.
That'd be so funny if he like makes, you know, like the Kanye West documentary where it's like mostly about the guy that
Yeah.
made the doc. That's what he does. He's like doing voiceover during your set.
Dude,
It's like, this is when I grabbed life by the balls and started telling jokes at the top of the special.
there's another editor that I've been working with who I sent him a minute of tape and I said, can you make a reel out of this? It's me trying pickled herring in Amsterdam. I thought it was a funny reel. And then he goes, you know what you should do is make like a YouTube thing with this. And so I sent him all the footage and then he just never did anything with it.
It's insane how hard it is to get people to do
Like he
anything.
was like, you should do this. And I was like, great, let's do that. I'll give you money to do that. And then he just stopped replying. He doesn't give a shit.
Did you
Yeah.
give him the money already?
No.
Oh, good.
But it's also annoying because
I'll make the reel for you.
yeah, but it's like,
Watch, Wilfred never appears again.
yeah. It turns out it's a haunted reel.
Yeah.
I've paid 3 different people to make a website for me. Go to MykaFox.com, see how that turned out.
These fucking
I made my
scammers.
own.
Yeah.
But
made mine too.
mine expired, and then like a month later, I made my own. In the interim, someone bought WilfredPadua.com, and then now I have to be WilfredPaduaComedian.com.
I own
I should check 'em.
terriblecomedian.com, but Micah says that I have to do positive affirmation now if I want to succeed. So I'm not going with terrible comedian anymore.
You can be
use
awesome
that,
comedian?
You can use that
Maybe
as
I'll
a
be.
website, Tim.
You
but
don't seem like a positive.
This is new for
affirmation
me.
kind of person.
It's not, but I'm also a failure. So I'm not. I'm a successful person, and opportunities come to me. They just flood my way.
It's so
It's
funny.
true, they
I
do.
will say this though. It's crazy how hard we are on ourselves for a job that is absolutely insane to think you can make it in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that was part of the argument. One of them goes, well, I mean, you know, when people are there to see the person headlining, I go, if anyone's there to see me headline, they're not. They're there for the word comedy. They're there to see comedy.
And I've had some successes. I've been a vaguely successful comedian, and people still usually don't come out to see me.
Right.
And it's also
They're there to see me.
yeah, they're there to see Wilfred.
I want to see the
Aswang
first
comedian.
guy.
Yeah, our favorite Aswang is telling jokes.
Aswang face.
We should probably wrap this up. So, anyways, he has a kid with
Marc Antony.
Marc Antony has a kid with Cleopatra, and then he goes back to Rome because he's got to handle business. And while he's there, he marries Octavian's sister, Octavia. He's not married to Cleopatra. He's just fucking.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The parents were like, "I'm done thinking of new names."
Yeah.
Well,
Octavian.
well, an N or an Octavio is a man, right? And Octavia is a lady.
Not, I think.
Or is that
I think that's
Spanish?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're thinking of that yogurt that makes you shit.
Activia.
Yeah.
My favorite emperor was Activia. She,
From Jamie Lee Curtis
Yeah.
5.
exactly.
Yeah, the god of yoga.
But
I
so
thought,
he
God, that bomb. Sorry, cut that
Cut
out
that
too.
out too, Autumn. Hair.
Wilfred's hair.
That's a new safe word.
Yeah, hair. But anyways, but the thing with him marrying Octavian's sister Octavia is that it's like an alliance because they're kind of beefing. They're part of the triumvirate. It's Octavian, Lepidus, and Marc Antony are the second triumvirate. The first one was like Caesar, and then so he marries this Octavia, and they have some kids, and then he goes back to Cleopatra and just starts fucking her again and having more kids, so they start beefing again. Eventually, the triumvirate falls around, and then eventually it's like they're all fighting around the Roman Empire, right? Mm-hmm. So this all making sense?
This sounds right to me.
And then they just he's in Egypt with Cleopatra. They're losing the war, and then they just lose. They lose the war.
To Rome. To Greece.
To the other two leaders of Rome.
Oh.
Greece is no longer.
It's Rome versus Rome because
they've lost the Civil War.
It's a civil war.
Right. Okay.
And then they're basically separated, but they know that they both lost the war. And Marc Antony hears that Cleopatra has been killed, so he kills himself. And then somebody's actually like, "Hey, she's not actually dead." But it's too late. He's like,
so it's like the real Romeo and Juliet situation.
It's literally the exact same thing. It's like she's not actually dead, but I think he's already poisoned himself, and so they're kind of like, you shouldn't have done that, and he's like, too late, and then he dies, and then
they can't put their fingers down his throat or anything.
Yeah. What about the Friendly 11?
I don't know.
Oh, is that like a grade school thing where you?
No, I think it's a sorority girl.
No,
thing.
it's an anorexia thing. The Friendly 11.
Yeah.
Do that more for gifts.
Yeah. Hey, we need to make gifts of your witch face doing the Friendly 11.
Thank you.
All right. Don't get sensitive now.
I've been staring at this thing the whole time.
Take it off. Autumn, that was a hate crime. Turn it off.
I was like, that is my profile.
Anyways.
I liked it.
So what the hell's happening with her?
Cleopatra hears that Marc Antony kills himself.
Whoa.
That's how it all ends.
She makes out with a snake, right?
Yeah.
An asp.
That's crazy.
She
Yeah.
takes it in the asp.
They just like, there's like no.
They had nothing left. Their kingdoms. But the thing is that they were like really partying. Like they were just, all they did was party. They had like a very reckless relationship. They just fucked and got drunk and had feasts and like.
That sounds so sick.
Yeah.
Were they also comedians?
Well, no, they had money, so
Yeah.
they were like, they were like really good comedians.
Yeah.
It was like the equivalent of like Matt Rife
Yeah.
and
Dalia just fucking getting down.
what's a female TikTok person? Who's like the female equivalent?
Zhao Ying Summers.
Yeah, it was
Or
like those.
Addison Rae.
Yeah, it would be like Addison Rae and Matt Rife dating. Like that's what
Wow.
their vibe was.
That's cool.
Damn, that'd be awesome if they also killed themselves.
Yeah. You don't have to bleep that part. I actually kind of like that. But do you guys want to plug anything before we go?
And it can't be.
Great hang with Myka and Tim.
There you go.
The world's greatest podcast. And subscribe to us on YouTube. That's very important to Tim so he won't kill himself.
Yes.
I don't think I have any dates after this because I'm in baby mode when this comes out. So please just support the podcast so that I don't have to start selling pictures of my baby's feet.
We're gonna start a rumor that I'm gonna have to have guest hosts for a month, and we're gonna say that Andy died.
Nice.
And,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm
and then
gonna
you can
kill
get a
myself.
GoFundMe for the.
To make the bit really good, I'm gonna kill myself.
yeah. and then I'm gonna think he actually died, and then I'm gonna kill myself. And then
Nice.
he'll find out.
Tim, we got a new podcast coming.
You guys, please subscribe, like, review, leave comments. Email us at theknownzonepod@gmail.com and send us what you would like to talk about. And subscribe on all the places and leave all the comments. And unfollow Tim and Myka. Do not support them.
At Myka Fox, MYKAFOX.
And at hot_comic69.
Sick. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.